Hello everyone and welcome to a second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. I'm going to do a quick check-in with Harry because it's all bad news at the moment for him, despite his best efforts to pay off the British press, in my opinion, and get all that positive PR while he did his triumphal return tour of the UK a few weeks ago and then trotted off to Ukraine. That all came back to bite him. Pa came out quite quickly with a no to half in, half out, no reconciliation. Prince William ignored him. The public weren't exactly queuing to see him, and Prince William has since done very well with the Eugene Levy interview. I think it's streaming today on Apple. And Prince William has also made it very clear that he's going to be doing some changes, changing things up with the monarchy, which must be striking terror into the hearts, those black hearts of Meghan and Harry in Montecito. So I'm going to do a mini Celtic cross, still with the Shadowland Tarot for this one. Going to just have a quick look-see and try and figure out how he's doing right now. I think that there's a panic on with Harry, the court case, the evidence that he tried to drag William and Catherine into his court case. It's just all looking so bad. His charities are a mess. Centre Barley's a mess. Invictus Games, and possibly not doing very well. Not getting the kind of royal support that he's hoping it would get. In Birmingham itself a mess. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. You have to be quite dense, I would say, and he is, allegedly, not to really be having a deep think and doing some very serious soul searching and trying to figure out how you can fix this, instead of paying those disruptors, those PR people, Meredith Maines and the rest of them, to kind of gaslight everyone and take everyone by storm and by surprise and attack and lie. In my opinion, the press have been lying about a lot of what's been going on. It's disgraceful. So anyway, that's my little rant for the day. Let me say right now, this is just tarot, and it is for fun and entertainment, and it is all my opinion, and it is, of course, all allegedly speculation, and disclaimer in the box below. Just read energy here. Of course, mini Celtic cross coming up from Harry's point of view. How's he feeling right now? A bad day yesterday that ended with a panicked letter to Kensington Palace, allegedly. We have looked at that. Mini Celtic, just 8 cards for this one. Oops, there we go. Easier to squish in, of course. Queen of Wands in reverse, woohoo. I think Madame is in a panic as well, because that's her energy. Queen of Wands, I always want to say the Queen of the Night. And there's the Queen of Wands in reverse. Temper tantrum there. Very angry at how wrong things are going, and I suspect she's very angry about the court case, because we have heard from time to time through things like Us Weekly and all the rest of it, Radar Online and so on, that Meghan is fed up with all the court cases, and they need to stop, basically, and they're not stopping. And now the big disaster yesterday in court, and the big scramble to try and blame everyone but Harry for it. I'm sure that she is furious in Montecito, because it's taking the shine off all her efforts, all these PR blunders that Harry is making. And if not PR blunders, just blunders with Centre Barley, with the court case, with the meeting with Pa that got leaked, and then Pa came out very quickly and said, no, half in, no half out, none of that happening. It's just going so horribly. She's furious, and that's interesting that it's her energy that has shown up. She's the one who winds him up, I believe, and sets him off. But then, of course, he fails to execute the mission successfully, even though the commands themselves were fatally flawed, in my opinion. But if anyone's being blamed right now, he is. He's been blamed at home, so he's blaming everyone else away from home. That's what this Queen of Wands in reverse is telling me a whole lot. That's a 1 card reading right there. situation Harry's in right now. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. When does a day not go by when this card doesn't show up? I hope I've got my negatives right. I perhaps did not get them right. 7 of Pentacles, the 7 years of bad luck. What have you got to show for all that time spent with Madame, with the clawing away at you? Nothing. Failure. Nothing to show for it. And just a disaster, a very expensive mistake, I would say, this marriage, my opinion. Yes, they made some money. He got his huge big advance from Penguin Random House and Netflix deal and all the rest of it. But really, now, where are they? What's the problem? The problem is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is Harry wanting to go back to some light royaling duties and not being able to. That's him, the Knight of Pentacles, of course, the Earth sign Prince. Solid, you know where you are with the Knight of Pentacles when it's upright, shows up, does his duty, cuts the ribbons, goes home, well done old boy, that sort of thing. Can't get back there. The road has closed. And of course, as I always like to say with the Knight of Pentacles, even though there isn't a horse here, it's the fell off his horse and landed on his head energy for me. Just generally with him, just a bit thick, a bit slow. That's my opinion that I am expressing, and yes, I know it's unkind, but really the hurt and the damage that he has caused to other people, I think that I'm entitled to be a little bit unkind at this point. Nothing like the level of nasty that Harry is capable of and has displayed, in my opinion. What's going on behind the scenes? Big fat panic. Justice. Well, that's the court case. That's the court case that's going on behind the scenes. It's not in reverse. It's still, I believe, is going to have a vaguely positive outcome for Harry, and I think he believes he might be failing to convince her over there because all she cares about is the headlines in the Daily Mail every day. She doesn't care whether he wins or loses at this point. How much money is it costing us? How much money are we going to get? But more importantly, what press are we getting? She's furious. He still has faith in this court case and in the legal process because that's all he knows to do at this point. This is all he does every day. So what's going on behind the scenes? Court case and more court case. Not a big panic. Not yet. Not yet. What's his goal? What's his mind on? He needs to get out of the stressful situation. He is stressed, so it's showing up. 9 of Swords. It's a card of stress, literally. Anxiety, worry, nightmare. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And he's trying to figure his way out of this mess. So that is his conscious goal. That's what's on his mind. That's what he's aiming towards. He's aiming towards getting through this very stressful period and finding some peace. He's going about it in a very strange way, as I said at the beginning of this reading, with all his kind of quite toxic maneuvers, in my opinion. What's been going on, past expectations, those kinds of things lead up to where we are now. His desperate attempt, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, to come in from the cold. There he is, that shaggy creature looking forlornly across at them dancing around the campfire, kind of a Boy Scouty energy there. He wants to go home. He's desperate to go home. And this was his desperate attempt to get back in with the royals, but without taking any accountability, without any consideration for their feelings or any awareness of the damage that he has done, and his awful wife has done even more damage, of course, but wants to go home. Where is he now? What's he going to do next? Ace of Pentacles. That's an interesting card. That's a big offer. That's a big gesture that he might be coming out with. He's made some big gestures, the money kind, because that's all he seems to understand. And again, I think it's her influence. I think he's quite a mean character. I've always heard that about him. Didn't ever buy rounds of drinks, wouldn't pay for what's-her-face to go to America for that wedding. She was a down and out struggling actress from a very wealthy family, but never mind that. Cressida. No, you find your own way over there. You're my +1, but you find your own way over there. I'm not paying. Very good at hitching rides on other people's private jets. So mean, made those big gestures, those big pledges to charities in the UK, but we've heard from NT over at Crazy Days and Nights that some of those pledges haven't been honoured. This is a big gesture. Could be a big money gesture, but it could also be, and I'm shook, it could be something approaching an apology. She's not going to like it because she's still waiting for her apology, apparently. But it's a big gesture. It's a huge gesture. It could land badly because everything he does land badly. But for him, I'm reading his energy. What is coming next, he thinks is very significant. He thought saying, oh, I'll do the half in, half out thing to help Willie was a big gesture. So that's where he is still. So, but from his perspective, he's cooking something up that he thinks is going to change everything. New, fresh start. That Knight of Pentacles who fell off his horse is desperately trying to get back on his horse here. Back in with them. Because everything in this reading tells me he wants back in with them. And that things are not going well for him in Montecito. What pressure is he under? He cuts it down to that. Ace of Swords. Another ace, another new energy. He's got to come up with something. He's got to come up with some kind of plan for his life. Because his life has gone so horribly awry. He's got the endless court cases, the Justice card down here. But they are running out. Unless he can find someone else to sue. That media thing, you know, he's going to single-handedly reform the British media and take them to task for what they did to Mummy Diana. No, that didn't happen. He's failed with his charities. He's failed with Netflix. He's failed and failed and failed. He's got to come up with something. Something clever, difficult, if you fell off your horse and landed on your head. He's got to come up with the next big thing. He's thinking about it because we're going to get a big announcement. I would say the big announcement is going to come when Prince William is in Brazil next month for Earthshot, and Harry is going to announce that he's, you know, got this huge prize that he's doing to, I don't know what he thinks he's going to save. But something like that, some kind of big gesture is coming. This is the pressure. New charity, new something. That whole online safety thing also not flying. Nobody's buying it because Harry and Meghan are supported by the worst trolls on social media. The squaddies, in my opinion, and allegedly. Outcome for him. I'm asking about the next year to 18 months, not forever and ever and ever. How's it going to go for him? No, it's not going to work out for him. Seeker in reverse, which is the Fool. That's a fresh start there. 2 aces in this reading, needing a new start, needing something new to do. Not gonna happen for him. He's not going to get that fresh start, new opportunities. He's used up all his opportunities. He's used up all the goodwill, all the contacts, all the connections. They can talk about Jane Goodall all they like about dandling baby Archie on her knee. She came out a long time ago and said, not my best friends. No, don't misrepresent a situation like that. He's used up those kinds of scenarios. A little black book of contacts run out. What's he going to do? It's not going to be pretty, basically, with that card in his future, and pretty near future for me energetically. So he's got some trouble in his life, and in my opinion, and I am seemingly quite sour tonight, trouble that he brought on himself all by himself. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.